Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Stratos Rehab project. Today is day 47, part 12-ish, I guess. Oh, where are we at? A couple things. One, we're still having a problem with the moon dust Gelcoat. Now, I talked to Total Boat / Jamestown distributors yesterday. I called their help desk and went up talking to Charlotte again. And yesterday you could really take a fingernail and scratch Gelcoat off. Now it's a little harder today, and there's a couple reasons that could have caused that. The most obvious one is that I undercatalyzed it, which I don't think is the case. I know I was on the lower range because it was hotter. That day was over 80, but I put a little over 1% in of the MEPK or the MEKP, methyl ethyl ketone peroxide. So yeah, it's the smelly stuff. So I think I had my mix close enough. Another reason it could have been is the MEKP actually has a shelf life. And I could have older stuff because I actually used a different bottle, because when you buy a gallon, they send you a gallon of Gelcoat and a bottle of the activator together as a kit. And when I used the black, which is, it's hard as a rock, I used a different bottle. So it could be that. Probably not. We had colder temperatures Saturday night, right after we finished the second coat of the moon dust. So that could play. Anyway, here's the solution. Regardless of how we got here, we've got a couple things we're going to try before we take it off and start again. PVA, polyvinyl acetate, I think is what it is. It's basically a liquid plastic. You roll it on, spray it on. It forms a barrier over the Gelcoat. Gelcoat cures better when you don't have air access to it. It's completely sealed. I've got some of that coming. Should be here today. We're going to put it on, give it 24 to 48 hours, strip that off. It comes off with just water, and we'll see if that makes a difference. And so I'll keep you updated on that. So yesterday I was a little frustrated, a little demoralized with this stuff not like it should have been. But again, first time, make mistakes. We're going to learn. But when I was talking to Charlotte, she did say that Gelcoat is not a science. It is an art, and it's a frustrating art. So it was nice to hear that from somebody who does it all the time. And she says it's tough to deal with. Anyway, big shout out to them again. Those guys have been awesome. They're actually sending me another gallon of the moon dust just for free, just in case that, Saturday we have to start stripping and put it on. And just because it could have been a material issue, they comped me a gallon. So again, thanks to Jamestown distributors for being there and at least offering moral support and a little financial support too. So what we did yesterday, after I got over being frustrated, was we started prepping the motor for paint. Let's see if I can get you guys down there. We finished. Everything below the cavitation plate is going to be Gator Glide. Everything above is going to be Quicksilver Shadow Black, which will go to here. And then the side covers, which we'll get to those in a minute, they actually stop about right here. So the whole engine is going to be Shadow Black. I know that's a Mercury color, and this is an Evinrude motor, but I like that color, and it's going to match the boat, so that's what we're going with. A quick note about the Evinrude Fitch. It was the first generation of the E-Tech, and it had a bad reputation because a few of them blew up early. But the technology inside the motor is the same as the E-Tech, and they've run for years. Some of these motors have run for thousands of hours. Now, this one doesn't have that many hours on it. I bought it in 2008, so it's a 2001, 2008. The guy who had it, he's only had a couple hundred hours on it when I bought it because he didn't fish that often, obviously. And then he upgraded the motor to a new version of the E-Tech when they came out. Now, I'm not a motor mechanic. I'm dangerous with wrenches in my hand, actually. But everyone I've talked to, and I've talked to a bunch of them because I want to know, everyone says if you got a good one, they'll run forever. If you got a bad one, they've already blown up. So this one performed really well on that boat for 4 years. Plenty of torque to get that big wide bottom girl up out of a hole shot. And now with the sea deck and a complete tune on it, we should have no problem getting up on plane quickly out of shallow water. One will have the jack plate. Two is going back with lithium batteries. So I'm taking 225 pounds out of the rear compartment, plus the hydraulic jack plate will give me a better angle from takeoff. And then as soon as you start coming up on plane, you drop it and you're gone. So hopefully this motor is going to do what I want to do with that boat. Now that boat will only run 60-ish. It's just a fat, wide boat, super stable. But skinny is fast and fat is slow and stable. So 60 would be awesome performance out of that boat. We'll see what we get in a month or so when we get it in the water. But anyway, that's the Fitch. Another thing that we did yesterday is, let me walk around these lids. I've got them out here walk around these lids for the last couple of days. I cut them out here in the way because I got to get to them, and I'll get to them today. We had to move back here yesterday just because the wind's so bad. We've got another couple days of really windy. I mean, forecast for 20 gusting higher this afternoon. So we kind of got in a windbreak. I don't have a spray booth. So these are the side panels that I repaired the other day, where the fiberglass was cracked. This one, you can still see a little bit. This is a couple coats of primer, the Quicksilver primer. So we'll sand this today and maybe you can see it. If you look for it, you can barely feel it. I got another one over here. That's another place I had to fix. It was cracked through. So I strengthened the back of it with thickened epoxy and then patched the front. It's very strong. It's just I got a little bit of sanding still here and maybe another coat of primer to get that ready for black. This is the Shadow Black without a clear over it. That's just paint, but then I also have the Quicksilver clear coat that we'll put over it that's scratch resistant. I think that's going to look great. This hopefully is that color this afternoon. We'll see based on wind. Another thing I'll be working on today is this is the original dash. Now it wasn't in horrible shape. And you can see this is 1992 plastic and it's pretty thick. We did have to add a ring here to hide some ugly from previous boat or steering installations. I think once we get this clean, sanded, primed, sanded again, primed again, it's going to look pretty good in the Shadow Black. The only really deterioration we had was in this centerpiece, which you got tack, and you got speedo, tack, and this was actually a flasher. This boat came from Stratos with a flasher here. I don't remember what we decided to put here. We're putting a gauge in here, and I think this is going to be the jack plate gauge. We have 5 holes to fill with the 2 1/4, and we do have gauges. I just got those in. Let me go grab one, and I'll show you what they look like. So this is the GPS speedo, no more water pressure. It's actually, this kit came with GPS puck, fuel sending units. It came with everything. It also came with the oil pressure, but this is not a 4-stroke, so. But this is what they're gonna look like in a black dash. I think it's gonna look sharp. Steering wheel came. It's carbon fiber. Also looks very sharp. I'm gonna, hopefully, I will put a link down in the description to the list, my Amazon list, where I bought nearly all of these parts off of Amazon. Oh, one more thing about the Fitch. Went on boats.net yesterday. Every part, every nut, every screw, every bolt, every tiny little fitting for that 2001 motor is available in stock. So we're going to build that motor back new. Bolts, fittings, bushings, bearings. That motor's going to be tight when we put it back on the boat here in a few weeks. And we're talking about a couple $100 worth of parts. But the most important thing is they're available. And so we could rebuild that motor right here with all new parts and have a brand new motor. Motor's still strong, so we're not going to do that. But I'm just saying the future owner of this boat is going to have no problem if they ever have an issue that they need a motor repaired. So that's a good thing. Anyway, can't say that about the new E-Tex, the 4-strokes yet, but with the thing with them going out of business and all that drama that went on with that, so we'll see. But this is, sometimes older is better. Technology is not as intense, and it's a lot easier to work on, and parts are available. So anyway, that's where we are today. This morning, sun just popped up over the trees. It's bright now. Today we're going to continue working on getting the motor painted, getting the covers painted, working on the dash pieces. I have got to get started on priming the lids. C-deck will be delivered today. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what it's going to look like this afternoon if it gets here before I'm exhausted and I call it. But anyway, day 47. I'm still standing. I'm exhausted. Probably tell. The other thing that happened yesterday is I teased you guys about the next project boat, and she arrived yesterday. This is going to be a cosmetic cleanup, electronics. Got some bad dock rash and road rash on the hull. I think pretty easily can be patched, and then we're just going to put Gator Glide on the bottom and be done with it. It's going to be a beautiful boat. That one I'm keeping. So I'll have a pair of Rangers that I'll have, one for travel, one for here. And the Triton will be for sale if anybody is local and interested in the next couple weeks, because my big boy 522 Ranger will be back Friday. And then hopefully within middle of June, this one will be finished and for sale as well. And it's going to look as good as the rest of these boats, I hope. If it's not, I'm going to keep working on it until it does. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to tell you about that I did yesterday is we went with I put the Gator top coat on, the G2. It is super slick. So when Dave gets here today, he's actually going to start running plumbing. So through hull fittings, hoses. The only thing we won't put in today will be pumps and connections into the live wells, because I still need to gel coat those with white. But that's going to be the last thing that I gel coat. I think I may have to jump ahead and at least do the live wells, but the rest of the compartments I'm going to wait till the end, because it's a lot easier to control the paint, the gel coat. Once everything is painted and I won't have any danger of drips, I'll just mask everything off, paper everything off, and then we'll do the boxes. So anyway, day 47. Let's get started. Y'all stick around. Okay, another long day. I don't know if you saw this, the very last thing, that the green tent is PVA. It's polyvinyl acid. It forms a really thin plastic barrier that's water soluble to help maybe fix this gel coat issue. This is the one last try before I have to strip it off and go again. We did get quite a few things accomplished today. Finally, I got the lids all painted, primed, sanded, wiped down, primed. Still working on these motor cowlings. They're getting there. That piece is irritating me, but we'll keep working on that till I get it the way I want it. And hang on a second. We started actually putting stuff on the boat. So I have to lean you sideways. So we've got drain plug and fill pumps and through-hole fittings and the tank selector switch, and then we started plumbing live wells. I can't finish the plumbing of the live wells until I get the gel coat in the live wells, which that's coming soon. Not tomorrow, but soon. And the green coating, I got to put another coat on. That's only 2 light coats. Here's the rest of the lids that are finally done. One thing I did notice is if you want to do it easy, put carpet back in there, because the quality of the workmanship, even from Stratos back when it was a family-owned business, if they can't see it, they're not worried about it. So the lids are horrible. They're going to take some total fair to get the outside edges looking right. They didn't finish all the welds in them, but I can fix that, and then we'll prime again, and then we'll put gel coat on them this weekend when the wind's not blowing, because I want to try to spray that. If we get this fixed, we'll be spraying another coat of moon dust Saturday maybe, and then if that goes well, then there'll be a coat of black sprayed on Sunday. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. First of all, we got to make sure it gets cured. The other thing that's exciting is UPS just brought me a big box of C-Deck, and I got dirty hands. So, hang on a second. Let's open it up. And there's the desert camo. And before I painted the yellow green or the moon dust green, it looked exactly like that color. So I think it's going to look awesome. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. I appreciate input. So that's it for day, I don't even remember what day. I guess it's 47, part 12. I'm tired. I gotta let this cure out. I'm gonna spray one more, take a shower, go to bed, because I'm old and I'm tired. And I've been at this about 14 hours now. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you this weekend.